America's commanding general in Iraq traveled to a forward operating base within an hour of Iran's border to award Bronze Stars to troops with the 82nd Airborne. Troops who have successfully battled al-Qaeda in Iraq through the last year. In talks with soldiers and commanders, General David Petraeus stressed the fight against al-Qaeda remains the first priority in Iraq. But the issue of Iranian arms and explosive smuggling was raised. General Petraeus told CNN 6 Iranians now in U.S. custody are part of a secretive Iranian paramilitary group known as the Al-Quds Force. Despite protests by Iran that the 5 are diplomats and pleas by Iraqi officials that one arrested last month in northern Iraq is just a businessman, Petraeus says they will not be released anytime soon.
Jim, let's be very clear. There is no debate that the individuals who we have detained are Quds Force members, and the individual detained in northern Iraq. Let's be very clear about this. We have absolute assurance of who he is, what he has done in the past, what he has provided in terms of accelerants, what his position is in the Quds Force. Again, these are not in question.
The accelerants General Petraeus talked about there include EFPs, or explosively formed projectiles that can penetrate U.S. armor and are blamed for the deaths of U.S. troops. General Petraeus said Iran's ambassador in Baghdad, also a part of Iran's Al-Quds Force.
The Quds Force controls the policy for Iraq. There should be no confusion about that either. The ambassador is a Quds Force member. Now, he has diplomatic immunity, and therefore he is obviously not subject, and he is acting as a diplomat.
Iran's embassy in Baghdad was closed and there was no immediate reaction. Iranian officials have reportedly assured Iraqi leaders they will halt the smuggling. General Petraeus says he's in show-me mode, waiting to see tangible evidence. A month ago, Petraeus was in front of Congress, caught in a partisan political fight over the war in Iraq. He appeared somewhat relieved to be back on the real battlefront, focused on the strategy some say has transformed this conflict. His message?
You have to fight outside the wire to provide security for the Iraqi people. You have to clear, hold, and deny safe haven to al-Qaeda. And you have to take advantage of changing circumstances in Iraq.
In General Petraeus' view, the people of Iraq's cities and neighborhoods are driving that change. Al-Qaeda is out, demands for security are in.
Welcome back. Thank you.
But he tells both Americans and Iraqis they have to move quickly to deliver that security because Al-Qaeda is trying to regroup and find new safe havens.
So you cannot lose focus on al-Qaeda. If you think that we have our teeth into them, then we've got to keep them into them and not just knock them to the canvas and let them get back up, but keep them down and stay after them.
You have an absolutely great unit.
Praising the 82nd Airborne's success, Petraeus urged them to outline their tactics to benefit those who will follow here. America's commanding general in Iraq seemed to be saying U.S. troops are in for a long fight. But he also seemed convinced that's a fight that can be won. Jim Clancy, CNN, at Forward Operating Base Caldwell in Iraq.